Did you choke that?
Sports Center with Jay and Dan. It is our mail-it-in show. It's the end of the week. We just kind of don't try that hard. But
no,
there really is so much to get to because you had the Thursday nighter, the final Thursday nighter of the National Football League season. Lots of big CFL news and lots of NHL to get to as well, including an all-Canadian matchup.
Yeah, producer Tim adding things as we open the show. That's how fresh things are.
Absolutely, and that's how on it Tim is. Very astute producer.
Leafs and Flames. Toronto looking to improve to 3-0 on their road trip. Calgary, they've won 6 straight. They have not lost since Bill Peters got booted. John Tavares, 9 points in 9 games since Sheldon Keefe took over. That's the most among any Leaf. Tavares 2 goals in the Leafs' last game in Vancouver. He's now scored in back-to-back outings. Great feed from Marner. So Leafs strike first, second period, after Calgary tied it up. This time, Tavares, oh, you can see it. You can see this coming. Marner roofs it. Marner's first goal since returning from a high ankle sprain. Toronto retakes the lead. The third period is what changed the entire game. 19 seconds in, Freddie Anderson plays the puck. It's picked up by the Flames, and Johnny Gaudreau beats him upstairs. Anderson making his 6th straight start. This game's tied at 2. Less than 2 minutes later, Jason Spezza. Slap pass goes right to Tobias Reeder. And Michael Frolik beats Anderson. Toronto's second sloppy turnover already in the period. So they're behind 3-2. The Leafs are just moments into the frame. Very next shift. Calgary with 3 goals, only 2.5 minutes apart, scoring on their first 3 shots of the period. Gaudreau got 2 of them. The Leafs collapse in the third. They lose their first game of their Western Canadian road trip, while the Flames win their 7th straight.
Can Calgary just wear these uniforms all the time?
We just didn't have a lot of guys that had great days today. You know, we had one line I thought that was outstanding, and after that, I don't think it would be hard to find a guy that had a good day today. It's easier for us to teach and coach in spots like this than it is the other night when we get away with it. So we can regroup tomorrow and get a chance to finish this road trip off in a positive.
Canucks in action against the Hurricanes. Vancouver's backup Thatcher Demko on the IR after suffering a concussion on Wednesday. For the game, they nearly lost their starter as well. Jacob Markstrom allowing us to use our popular Sports Center with Jay and Dan catchphrase, that's using your face. Midway through the first, Jake Markstrom, big save on Gauthier. Still in the first, Canucks are on the power play. Quinn Hughes from the point. JT Miller cannot get the rebound to go. So no score through 20. Second period now. Dougie Hamilton, who's just a scoring machine, robbed by Markstrom. Power play now. Hughes turns it over. Warren Fogle. Markstrom comes out of the net to play the puck, then needs to get back. Mad scramble. Nobody able to put it in. Warren Fogle. McLovin. Can't score there. This one still scoreless. They are in the third period.
And then there were none. And every NFL player breathed a sigh of relief, talking about the NFL Thursday Nighters, which players despise, because who wants to go to work 3 days before you're used to? Not this guy. Anyway, Ravens and Jets played in this one. Baltimore on a 9-game winning streak, while the Jets recently lost to a team that had 0 wins. Lamar Jackson, 23 yards away from breaking Michael Vick's record for most rushing yards in a season by a quarterback. Vick on Thursday pulled over at the side of the road.
Lamar, records are made to be broken, little bro. And tonight, you have a chance to do something special. If my record's gonna get taken down, I'd rather it happen by you. You're exciting to watch, and you're changing the game of football. Best of luck tonight.
First Baltimore drive, Jackson. This is a nice gain. So he's 20 yards, and Jackson now just 3 yards away from the record. After a short run, Jackson becomes the new record holder as he picks up 5 yards and takes a huge hit in the process. Over 1,040 rushing yards for Jackson. This is pretty funny. Tom Brady chimes in on Twitter. He tweeted, "Me versus Lamar. 40-yard dash on natural grass, but he has to wear rollerblades. Who's buying the pay-per-view?" Ravens up 21-7 at the half. Third quarter, Jackson with 2 touchdown passes in the game. Goes back of the end zone for Marquise Brown. Oh, boy. Toe tap to get both feet in. Jackson with another MVP statement. 3 touchdown passes. Hang on. How about a 4th touchdown pass? This one to Seth Roberts. Jackson tied a career high with 5 touchdown passes in this game as the Ravens pick up their 10th straight win. Lamar has thrown for 33 touchdowns this season, most in the NFL. After getting 5 in this game, he's the overwhelming favorite to win MVP. Should he get it, he joined Jim Brown as the only players to win MVP under the age of 23. And Brown did it twice.
Andrews standing by with Lamar Jackson and Mark Ingram.
You guys were having fun while you were on the bench for a bit, but listen, I get it. You don't like talking about yourself. I won't make you do much of it, but I do want to ask you about breaking Michael Vick's single-season rushing yard record.
It's pretty cool. I don't know when I broke it. I know people.
Very early.
When I told you congratulations.
Okay.
Congrats, bro.
Okay, yeah. I was trying to be locked in. Nah, I was trying to be locked in the whole entire game. The goal is to win. Not break a record. But I'm happy. My teammates happy for me. It's Michael Vick, so it's amazing, man. I'm grateful.
We saw them take the ball. They have it inside for you. Okay, we've already established he doesn't like talking about himself. You love hyping this guy up. Threw for 5 touchdowns, the 3rd time this season. Go.
Man, he's special, man. I've been telling y'all since I don't know how many weeks ago that he's the MVP frontrunner, but now I'm going to tell y'all he is the MVP. You know what I mean? He's great. He does everything necessary to be a great QB. Puts it all on the line for his teammates, humble, and we blessed, man. We thankful, we happy for him, and we just going to keep going.
And let's mention this guy, too. Rushing, yeah.
I say hell yeah, but heck yeah, man, that's a beast, man. Like, I've been saying this earlier in the season, man. That's a beast, and he brings a lot of energy to the game. He make everybody's job a lot easier. I wish he'd have gotten in the end zone a lot more tonight. I wish he'd have had 100 yards, because that's my goal. I want him to have over 1,000 yards rushing this year. So we're gonna make it happen, and we're gonna just keep it going.
Ran for a touchdown, caught a touchdown. Someone suggested I give you the mic and you ask a question. You want to go ahead?
Freaky L, a.k.a. Action Jackson, a.k.a. Era A Apparel. Listen, my dog. Hey, Juno, hit him. Hey, crank. All right, L. Man, you broke Mike Vick's rushing record, man. You the AFC North champions for the 2nd year in a row. How it feel, man? Tell me how it feel, L Freaky.
It feel good, but we got a lot of season left to play, and we got 2 more banners to hang up.
So you telling me the story unwritten?
Unwritten right now.
Book unfinished.
Right.
Congratulations, brother, on breaking Mike's Vick record and being the GOAT, the MVP that you are.
Appreciate it, bro. Love you, bro.
Send us to break.
Hey, man, Thursday Night Football in America. Back to you in the studio.
Trust.
Can that just be the whole postgame show?
Ingram should just retire and do that.
Minnesota well aware of how dangerous Connor McDavid and Leon Draisaitl are.
In the NHL, playing against that line, it's they can easily burn you for 5 goals on any given night.
Oilers have lost 5 of their last 7. They're playing the Wild. Second period, Oilers down 2-1. McDavid and Draisaitl give and go. Draisaitl's got his 20th of the season. McDavid's 56-point. Game's tied at 2. After Minnesota retook the lead, McDavid loses the puck going into the zone. Oilers are changing, so the Wild have a 2-on-1. Ryan Donato keeps, shoots, scores. His 6th of the season. Wild are up 4-2. Darnell Nurse and Jordan Greenway, they drop him. Nurse lands a bomb. Greenway loses his balance. Nurse lands a few more. So Nurse scores the takedown. Third period, after the Oilers cut the lead to 1. Nurse to Ethan Bear to McDavid, and Connie, his 20th of the season. Oilers are 25-10-4 when both McDavid and Draisaitl score a goal. This game's tied at 4. A couple minutes after that, Jason Zucker. Nice pass to Eric Stahl. Oh, that's his 9th of the season as the Wild hold on to take this one 6-5.
You may know it's been exactly a month since Detroit won a hockey game. They are winless in 12 straight. That includes 10 straight regulation losses, including a loss to the Winnipeg Jets this past Tuesday, a 5-1 loss in Winnipeg. They were in Hockey Town on Thursday night. Nathan Beaulieu gets tangled up with the linesman. Darren Helm takes advantage. Wings need a little luck to break this streak, and they got a little bit here. Just the 3rd time they've opened the scoring during the winless streak. Later, Wings power play, Robbie Fabry. This one goes off Neil Pionk and in. So Detroit has its first multi-goal lead since November the 8th. 15 games. Second period, Fabry. This one actually goes off Pionk and into his own net. So Detroit's up 3-0. Kyle Connor, one of 3 Winnipeg Jets who grew up in Michigan. Midway through the second, got to tip home that point shot to extend his point streak to 5 games. And then later in the second, Connor will take the feed from Patty Laine. 7 points in his last 5 games against his hometown team. His dad seems very young, very young. Late in the period, Wings power play. Philip Zadina will beat Connor Hellebuck with the wrister. That's his 3rd point of the game. First multi-point game of his career as the Detroit Red Wings win their first game in exactly a month.
Deal with the Boston Bruins. They went into Thursday night winless in 4 straight. But this is a 20-win team. They also lost 4 in a row in November. Okay, then. They're streaky. The Lightning, who the Bruins faced Thursday night, finally have Steven Stamkos going. Stammer with goals in 3 straight. Boston has been outscored 18-6 during their current 4-game losing skid. First period. Brad Marchand takes it wide. He's going to try a wraparound. And that doesn't work. Rebound to Patrice Bergeron. Bergeron and Marchand have combined for 9 points during the team's losing streak. 1-0. Bees still in the second. Bolts up a man. Steven Stamkos. Remember, I just mentioned him.
Patrice Bergeron is now.
There is not a single, no Bruins in here. You cannot let Stammer have that much time. Beats Rass 5-hole. The Lightning's all-time leading goal scorer. Has his 8th point in his last 6 games. It's 1 all through 2. Third period. Bolts with another man advantage. Nikita Kucherov is robbed by Rask. Play continues. Same shift. Kucherov sets up Braden Point in the slot and scores. Points 11th of the year. So that save is all forgotten. Tampa has the lead with under 5 to play. Stammer picks off Bergeron's clearing attempt, fights him off, and beats Rask. Stamkos, so he's got a 4-game goal streak, 6 goals over those 4 games, as the Bolts win again.
Isles and Panthers, 1-0 New York. In the second, it's a power play, Mackenzie Weegar. Where are you passing? Oh, boy. Weegar up the middle. Isles pick it off. Jordan Eberle to Matthew Barzal, 13th of the season. Now 2-1 Isles in the third. Another defensive zone turnover. Johnny Boychuk turns it over. Brett Connolly, friend of SportsCenter with Jane Dan. Great opportunity. Thomas Greiss! Best of his 32 stops. Isles sweep the season series against the Panthers. How many people were at this game? Hound Dog, you gotta let us know.
Jackets and Pens. Reporter Dan Potash rocking an ugly Christmas sweater with the face of Pens forward Jake Gensel. Jake doesn't seem too excited at the gesture. He's having fun. I don't know what happened there. Did anything happen?
Not really.
Okay. 0-0 in the second. Sonny Milano on a rush. Tripped up. The refs don't award a penalty shot? Okay. Columbus only had 16 shots on goal in this game. 0-0 in overtime. Brian Rust. Rusty! Rusty! Scores. Jackets have now lost 6 of their last 8. As the Pens pick up the win, John Tortorella was not happy after this one.
Okay. Toronto Argos have fired head coach Corey Chamberlain. The team has hired Calgary Stampeders quarterback coach Ryan Dinwiddie as their new head coach. This is a big surprise on Thursday. Chamberlain just finished his first season with the Argos. They were 4-14 last year. Former GM Jim Popp hired Chamberlain in 2019. Mike Pinball Clemens, the new coach.
And Scott Milanovic has been named the 22nd head coach of the Edmonton Eskimos. He's currently quarterbacks coach for the Jacksonville Jaguars. He's going to finish the current NFL season before assuming head coaching duties in Edmonton. 2012 with the Argos, Milanovic led Toronto to the Grey Cup in his first season before re-signing in 2016 with the Jags. Okay.
So he's coaching Gardner Minshew this year, and then he's going to be coaching Trevor Harris next year. And Trevor Harris apparently ecstatic about this hire. Very excited about this hire. So lots more CFL news to tell you about, lots more NFL news, lots more NHL to tell you about. World Juniors, a full edition of our show is next. You're watching the Jay and Dan television program on TSN, Canada Sports Leader, Day 2 of the President's Cup. Tiger Woods, Justin Thomas taking on Hideki Matsuyama and Ben An in foursomes in Melbourne. That's how you say Melbourne like Australians. Melbourne. One down on 13. Tiger buries the birdie to tie the match. Tied on 18 after Tiger hit the approach within 20 feet. Justin Thomas to win the match. Tiger and Thomas claw back to win one up. Tiger wanted a hug, and he got it. Canadian Adam Hadwin playing with Joaquin Neiman. Hadwin won his match on day one. Canadian, great beard, tied on the 135-yard par 3 fifth.
Turn it back in.
Hadwin's playing in his second President's Cup.
To slow down. Yeah, it's gonna
That's where the tee shot landed. Watch where it ends up. Cool to have just a break in the show to just watch things.
Let's take a breather.
Yeah. I'm going to take a sip of my drink here. There we go. Tap-in birdie, one up lead, tied on 18. Patrick Cantlay to win the match, drains it. Hadwin loses his first match of the week. Patrick Reed received a two-shot penalty for improving his line of bunker last week at the Hero World Challenge. Fans have been taunting him. 2 down in his match on 11, makes the birdie putt, then celebrates like he's using a shovel. Captain America. He lost again. The Internationals have the lead overall, and you can continue to watch the President's Cup again from Melbourne. Friday, 3 p.m. Eastern. Noon Pacific 4-ball coverage continues. Here we go. Walking to the other set. I keep having this problem with my pants.
You need some static guard.
Oh, there we go. But I did match up the socks a little bit better with the tie today.
A bit better.
I was told on Twitter today that's the Italian cut to have them a little higher up. The Italian cut. I don't know if that's true.
I've just got the regular cut.
Hey, Dan, the Toronto Argos have fired their head coach, Corey Chamberlain. This is a big surprise on Thursday. The team has hired Calgary Stampeders quarterback coach Ryan Dinwiddie as their new head coach. Yeah, Dinwiddie. This kind of came out of nowhere because there was a lot of speculation. I think as little as a week ago, we were under the impression that Corey Chamberlain was going to be the Argos head coach next season. So out of the blue, here we go. Dinwiddie gets his shot, and now
Former CFLer.
That's right. You wonder who's gonna be with him. Maybe Nick Arbuckle.
Hey, Dinwiddie's first ever CFL start came in Toronto at the Sky Dome.
Not too shabby.
Yeah, remember that? Because during the 2007 Grey Cup against Saskatchewan when he was a member of the Bombers.
That's right. And the thing with Arbuckle, Nick Arbuckle, you know, backed up Bo Levi when Bo Levi was injured last season. Argos need a quarterback. Maybe there's a fit there. Who knows?
Scott Milanovic has been named 22nd head coach of the Edmonton Eskimos. Milanovic was currently the quarterbacks coach for the Jacksonville Jaguars. Going to finish the current NFL season before assuming head coaching duties in Edmonton. He's coming back home.
This is interesting because he's been mentoring Gardner Minshew in his first season with the Jacksonville Jaguars. Now he goes to take on Trevor Harris, who he coached for 4 seasons when they were with Toronto. And apparently Trevor Harris, according to our good friend Reed Wilkins of 630 Ched, who interviewed him today, said that Harris is ecstatic about this move. So good news for Eskimos fans. Dan, this is scary. A very scary scene at an Ontario Hockey League game between London and Niagara on Thursday. Ice Dogs goaltender Taylor Tynan was taken down after a collision in the crease. The incident happened early in the second period. A member of the London Knights crashed into Tynan. Tynan sustained a gruesome cut on his leg. Due to the severity, there are certain images we are not going to show you. Tynan was bleeding heavily on the ice. Trainers and paramedics, trainers from both teams, attended to him quickly. He was stretchered off and rushed to a nearby hospital. Later, the Ice Dogs tweeted that Tynan had successful surgery and is currently in stable condition. And it needs to be said that, again, trainers from both teams and paramedics on the scene, all working together to help out make sure that this kid was okay. So again, had surgery, stable condition. Very lucky that that they were on it so quickly about that, because that was a really scary incident.
Yeah, when you think of that, you think back to Clint Malarchuk when that happened. He got cut in the neck.
That's right.
The trainers, they come on the scene so quick. It's yeah, credit to them.
Game itself was postponed, of course. It'll be rescheduled for a later date.
Before being inducted into the USA Hockey Hall of Fame, former Bruins goalie Tim Thomas finally spoke out after leaving hockey in 2014. He tried to hold back his emotions when discussing the brain damage he had gone through in the final season of his career after suffering a major concussion.
I couldn't communicate with anybody for a few years. I didn't call my dad. I didn't talk to anybody. And so there was a time period, where I started to, where I hated the game, so to speak. I didn't get fired. I mean, I didn't like sit there and I hate it. Just like my rebound effect was like, this wasn't worth it. That's where I was then. Where I am today is past that, and I ended up learning so many lessons out of the experience. It brought me tighter with my family. It taught me a value for life. And a value for my brain that I've never had before. And I have appreciation for everything that I never had before, so I don't regret anything. Being welcomed back into the arms of the hockey family, so to speak, has been great. It's reminded me of all the great people that I crossed paths with all throughout my career. So it's been very impactful.
Wow.
We were just talking about Tim Thomas this past week and wondering what had happened to him. Like, we hadn't heard from him. We didn't know what was going on, and obviously we got our answer.
And that explains, because he was, you could see he was an angry guy there at the end when he was playing.
Yeah, he really was, and obviously has a new perspective on everything.
Yeah.
So there you go. Still to come. After golf fans let Patrick Reed hear it, we're counting down taunting moments in the SportsCenter Top 10.
Carry 14 clubs and a shovel. There's a great example.
There you go. Don't have to explain that.
Patrick Reed having a little fun.
Well, he got yelled out yesterday. He got 14 clubs and a shovel in the bag after what happened yesterday. So that's the reference there.
Taunting. It can be dangerous. No one knows that better than our stats guy, Hound Dog. Earlier, he taunted Dan for getting a stat wrong and ended up paying the price.
He's a back.
We really do get along well around here.
76ers and South. Joel Embiid coming off a 22-point performance. Shaquille O'Neal wasn't impressed with his effort.
You could be great. You ain't playing hard enough. 22 ain't enough to get you to the next level. You want to be great or you want to be good? If you want to be good, keep getting 22 points. You want to be great, give me 28. Give me 30.
Nice. I like that look on Shaq.
Shaq is currently in every commercial on TV.
I know. He's a great spokesperson.
He is. First quarter, Embiid, 3 defenders on him, gets up for the basket before the half. Embiid crashes the boards for the offensive rebound. Surrounded by the Celtics, still throws down anyway. Oh, less than 5 to go. Philly up 5. Embiid. Clutch 3. Finished with a season-high 38 points as the Sixers hand Boston their first home loss of the season.
Looks like he got the message. Former NBA Commissioner David Stern suffered a brain hemorrhage Thursday. He underwent emergency surgery. According to ESPN's Adrian Wojnarowski, Stern collapsed at a restaurant in Manhattan and was rushed to hospital. He was, of course, commissioner of the NBA during a period of rapid growth from 1984 onward, held the position to 2014 until he handed it over to that gentleman, Adam Silver.
He's 77. Toronto FC confirmed Thursday that Michael Bradley has signed a 3-year contract. Midfielder is going to be taking a pay cut to stay in Toronto as Bradley's has given up his designated player title so the club can try to sign another big name.
That was a big advantage for me, you know, the idea that the club now is in a position where they can go and get a really, really good player, you know, and not have to worry about the salary cap, not have to worry about, you know, some of the other restrictions that exist. You know, that part is so exciting. I want to win. I want to play in more finals. I want to hold up more trophies. I want to play in this stadium on more big nights. And so, listen, to do that, you need as many good players as possible. And so this gives us the possibility to do that now.
He made his 200th appearance for Toronto FC in all competitions last month at the MLS Cup final.
This is my favorite.
The MLS Cup final was just last month.
I know. This whole year is just flying by. The Fire Festival documentaries were this year. Mm-hmm. This is the stat I like the most from our producer, Greg G-Bone Bonetta. Let's get into the bone zone. In TFC's playoff history, Michael Bradley's the only one to play every single minute. Every single minute of their playoff history. Isn't that incredible? Boom. G-Bone. Bone zone. Let's get into the Bell Media zone.
Yeah.
The chill zone. They launched their exclusive new partnership with Uninterrupted Canada on Thursday night with a red carpet event. There's Serge Ibaka. The evening highlighted by the world premiere of Serge's documentary, Anything is Possible, which details how he went from life in the Congo to the NBA.
Sports fan is fueled by passion, and that passion is almost all-consuming. And it's sure it's whoever wins and loses is absolutely critical. But the players that they want to cheer for, the players they want to know better, the players that they want to talk about with their friends and families the next day, the stories we can tell behind those players, how they got to be where they are, of course, but what shaped them as a person, how they view their lives. I think Canadian fans are just going to be in for a treat.
Gotta say, that's the second appearance in a couple of weeks by our boss, Stu Johnston.
I hope he's noticing
that we're putting him on TV a lot.
That's right. Now for the segment everyone's talking about in the press boxes. Sit back, relax, and enjoy NHL Scrum Lurkers.
Move past this one and try to start another one.
itchy eyebrow.
Yeah, itchy eyes. That's what we call them around here at Bell Media. Itchy eyes.
Do you ever give your eyes like a good itch like that?
Yeah.
Oh.
Look at it. Can we get a shot of Dan's fingers? They are disturbed.
I'm about to... that camera's over there. This nail's about to come off.
Troy's got it for us. I'm going to help out.
I will.
Okay.
This nail's about to come off. If you look there, you can see under it.
Gangrene.
Yeah, it's turned green. I got to hold them both up because...
Oh, my goodness. All right, here I go. That was disturbing.
Hope you weren't eating breakfast.
What do we got next? The Jennies? Yes! This news just in. Producer Tim and Dan are going to see Knives Out together today. It's going to be a matinee. The question is, will Dan travel to Tim or will Tim travel to Dan?
I think we literally live like 100 kilometers apart. So that's not happening. Mavs Pistons. Luka Doncic goes behind his back and feeds Dwight Powell, the Canadian, for the finish.
Okay. Jamison Crowder again. See, he dropped that first Janny. Sweet redemption right there. Nice catch. Jets did not get the victory. Not even close.
Islanders and Panthers. There's a lot of puck movement here. What we're focusing on is Thomas. Guys! Big save.
Get back to Doncic.
Luka behind the back.
My name is Luka. I know I like to score. I play basketball for the Mavs. You've seen me in the Jennies before.
Jets and Ravens, you've seen Lamar Jackson in the Jennies plenty. Look at that.
That's Hollywood. Wow.
Gets the feet.
5 Jannies. I like that.
There were 6.
Was there 6? I can't count. I gotta say, this has been a fun show, but it's almost time to wrap it up.
Yeah.
Highlight of the night and worst play of the day are next. The Jay and Dan podcast is available this week. Terry David Mulligan is our guest. Terrific. He was in attendance for the last waltz. Think about that.
Tell me what to think. Worst play of the day. Ethan Boyou loses the puck and gets tangled up with the linesman. That was weird. That whole sequence was weird. And then the way that Hellwick got beat.
Yeah, Red Wings snap a 12-game winless streak. Preds and Sabres. Buffalo looking very good of late. And this is actually Nashville's Matt Duchene. That's a really nice goal.
And Matt Duchene,
he's got, what, 9 on the year now for the Preds? Nice.
Very early.
Is it 9? Hound Dog?
Pretty sure it's 9.
Friend of Sports Center with Jay and Dan. Also, I said there were 5 Jannies. There were 6 Jannies. But Dan, very accurate on the distance to your town, Orono, and producer Tim's town, Brampton.
That's right. I said we were 100 kilometers apart. It's 115.
But as the crow flies, producer Tim says 96 kilometers.
But neither of us are crows, so.
Duchene's 8th, so we blew that too. Not his 9th.
Are you sure? I thought I said 9 during the highlights. Anyway.
Wow. Dan, questioning Hound Dog. Looks like another slap is in his future.
Yeah. Oh.
Hound Dog, great actor, though.
It's the weekend.
Yeah. Get ready for the weekend, guys. It's going to be a lot of fun. Have fun driving to Brampton.
Tim, this show was perfect. Where are you? Tim, where are you?
That was great. Except when you're, get angrier.
Tries to duck out of a tuckle.
I like how you had to step down and made us look almost even.
Don't waste another minute on the crying.
Raptors basketball. Raptors basketball.
This show is perfect. Tim, where are you?
I love how passionate our viewers are. And the camera's in front of my face.